Morning. I was just listening to, what was I listening to? It was a show on TBN called Better Together. And Tony Collier was talking, and she said, not only do we have a God on the mountaintop, but we have a God who will meet us in the valleys, and who, even in those times that you're like crawling, he'll go there and he'll crawl with you until you get out of those trenches, and he'll help you through anything that you're dealing with. And it reminded me of this Phil Wickham song, and the lyrics are, I found him on the bathroom floor when there was no hope for nothing more. And I was like, ooh, yes. So she was also talking about how there's a scripture that says, come to me and I will give you rest. It's like, I'm not going to give you just a little bit and just enough gas to make it to your next destination. No, God's going to give us full rest. It's not like you took a 5-minute power nap. It's like you slept a full 16-hour night of sleep because you were exhausted, and he's going to supply those needs for you. I was thinking, there's so many times in our lives that we're running on empty, and we're just kind of running on fumes. And there's times when we don't even have fumes to give anymore. And God says, I don't want you to live like that. I want you to live in the abundance of my grace and my mercy. And I'm going to supply everything for you. If I'll dress the lilies, how much more will I supply for you? So I was just thinking, God, there's so many people out there that just don't understand this. And one thing that he has been instructing and just really forcing into me is that early morning time of prayer, which is why you guys get videos at 5:23 in the morning. So I have to leave the house at 6 to get to work in a decent time and not be stuck in traffic because of national traffic. So I get up at 4:40. I spend 20 minutes doing Bible reading, and then 20 minutes in prayer and journaling. And then while I'm getting dressed and ready for work, I'll listen to something on my tablet. And God said, that's your morning time when I pour into you. You think that a cup of coffee is going to give you the energy that you need to make it through the day, and that's wrong, because everything that you need to make it through the day is going to come from God alone. And there's so many times that we see in the Bible that God's waking people up in the middle of the night, and he's talking to them in those early morning hours. And there is a connection that our soul has with God in those early morning hours. And that's when God will speak to us and feed into us and give us everything that we need. It is so important that our days are being started focusing on him and thanking him for his goodness and his mercy, thanking him for everything that he's doing for us. So if you don't have a dedicated prayer time that you're spending with God, I implore you, please start with 20 minutes a day. That's all. Just 20 minutes. Wake up 20 minutes earlier. And look, I know it's hard to wake up and get ready for your day, but if you will just set your alarm, go to your living room, turn the light on, you're not going to be as tired as you think you are. It's hard in the beginning, and it's hard to get trained to do it. And there's some days that I don't want to get out of bed. For some reason, my AC was on instead of my heat this morning. And so I looked, and it was like 57 degrees in the house. It was really cold. And Remy was being cuddly, and I was like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed. So I laid there in bed, and I read the Bible on my phone. And I went to Hebrews and was reading that. And so I read that for 20 minutes. And then I got up and I came out here and I did my prayer like usual, And it's just that time that God will feed into you, speak to you, and give you everything that you need to be able to make it, And Remy, he's not really awake right now. He doesn't really wake up, but he'll come and he'll sit out here on the couch and he'll cuddle me and he'll just bring me that peace and that time. And so, early mornings, that's my time with God. And I've even had times where Corey woke up early for work and I was like frustrated because I was like, oh, you're impinging on my God time, but we made it God time together in those early mornings. And I just really, if you're not doing it, give God that time. You're not going to regret it. It's not going to turn up empty. That's going to be the time that God feeds into you.